Hey, good morning, Micro Map here, bringing you another latest and greatest video on the stock market and market trends. Um, let's take a look at, let's see how the indexes are doing. Actually, we can see them here in the futures here. Let's take a look at all the futures here in the bar chart. S&P up 14 and a half to 45.75. Nasdaq 1660 up 52. Dow Jones up 167 to 35 541. VIX is 1375, pretty low. The 10-year, let me see here, pull up CNBC. So we have a rally, and it doesn't stop. Pretty amazing. So I guess the Santa Claus rallies here. At some point, we're going to have to revert to the mean. We'll look at the chart, but the 10-year is down uh, almost 5 bips to 435, and we were the other day at 5%. Um, the thing that stands out the most right now is the dollar and precious metals. So gold is at 2040 up 27, and silver is well over 25. Corn down 1 cent to 475. Wheat 567. Soybeans 1348. Let's see what other we could look at currencies. They all should be pretty much up. The dollar is down 47 to 47 and a half to 102.63. Bitcoin is up 12.65. It's funny how they have them under currencies. Bitcoin 38.475. Ether 20.86 up 66. The euro's at 110. The Aussie's at 66. Pound 127. Canadian loonie 73. Yen uh, 0.678. Actually, it went 0.68, just changed there. Swiss franc 114. Mexican peso 0.058. To name a few, those are the currencies. Oil is up. Maybe some OPEC news came out. I know waiting on the OPEC supply cuts. Oil up to 76, up $1.90. Um, so natural gas 291 down 3 cents. Financials, we talked about the 10-year. That's the biggest one. You could take a look at the yields here because the futures are different from the yields. 30-year 451, 10-year 435, and the shorter duration treasuries are in the fives. 520 on the 1 year, 6 month 543 interest yield, 543 on the 4 month. So you get the drift there. Grains, corn 452 on the December contract, March 475. Soybeans 1348 up 18 cents. March up 18 cents as well, 1366 on the soybean. Soybean meal pretty much flat. Wheat 537 on the December, and the March 566. We talked about the indexes with the rally. We'll take a look at the. Oh, let's take a look at the proteins. Cattle up 3 to 171, 172, 174 on the contracts out in different time frames. Feeders up pretty big, 6.555. Lean hogs up $1.37 to 69.68. This has come down some, the hog prices. Um, and then we talked about the metals, the gold and silver shining today, doing well. Copper at 380, still under that $4 mark. Softs, I don't have any access to softs, but if you want to look at them, there you need access to ICE markets. I don't have that, but you got cotton at 78. If you want to take a look at it, uh, 179 on the coffee, sugar 26, cocoa 40. I heard I was reading that cocoa had a drought. I don't trade any of that. Uh, Orange juice doing well on the orange juice. Um, on the bar chart, on the options. So, I mean, these markets are crazy. If you look at the Dow Jones, this is a daily chart. I don't know if you can see it good here. Let's see. I can put it over here. Well, that's not. I don't know what happened there. Look at that. At some point, we're going to have to revert to the mean. I mean, it's just straight up. I mean, it's gone straight up. I think we haven't had one red day in November. One here, one, two, maybe here. It's just crazy. It's gone straight up. That all the indexes, the SPY, look at the SPY straight up. And there's gaps. There's a lot of gaps here. Gap here, gap here, gap here. Usually gaps get filled. Um, but it's pretty amazing. This is small caps. Really hasn't bounced back as the other indexes. But I would imagine at some point we're going to revert to the mean here on the indexes. Um, Here's some of the trending stocks. Crocs up 4 to 100. Affirm up $1.99 to 31.36 as everybody puts everything on buy now, pay later. Supposedly that's what the news said. Mara up to 12.25. Micron got hit on earnings, down 2.5%. GameStop up $1.31 to 13.22. Coinbase 127 to 768. CrowdStrike up 3 to 213. These are some that are trending here in stock tweets. Uh, SpringWorks Therapeutics, I guess they're a pharmaceutical, up to 25 and change. Pinduoduo up to 138, up 17% today on earnings. Zscaler pretty flat but trending. Yeah, those are pretty much your trending. Um, your most active options. Tesla is your leader at 241. Now Tesla, new Tesla Model 3, if I'm not mistaken, I saw the cheapest one, the Model 3. Uh, I think you can get, well, they're leasing them at 329 a month. I don't know what the down payment is. Let me see. I wanted to see how much a new one would cost. Oh, view inventory. So you can sort it by low to high. So I wanted to show you something. So Model 3, you can get 36. They cut the price to 36 on the cheapest one, 36,000 pretty much. And the government gives you a $7,500 credit. So you're basically getting a new Tesla for about 29 grand. Um, I have a lot of Teslas for sale. Here's what I have for sale nationwide. And this is a pretty tough sale if you ask me. So we have, oh, actually, let me look at my model, Tesla. So we have a bunch of Model 3s here. Let's just look at, I guess, base would be the one that we're comparing it to. So I got one here, for example, with a 22 with 85,000 miles for 21.9. And these were Uber units. Uber, Lyft. Um, if you wanted to do with better miles, 22s with miles, like let's say miles in the 30s, 29.3. And that's pretty much what a new one cost. So interesting thought process there. Um, we'll see. But those, look how many Teslas we have for sale. I want to say probably 10,000 Teslas that we need to sell. Let's see. I'll tell you right now. Here in the system right now, we have almost 5,000 Teslas to sell. So Tesla's profit margins are getting squeezed. If he's selling these new ones for 29 grand, and he said that in the earnings calls, whatever. Nvidia 480, Microsoft 382. I don't think Microsoft has had a downtick forever. I mean, it just goes up every day. Look at that. From basically 330 to 382. It hasn't gone down. It's just straight up, I guess, with the AI. Amazon 147. I don't know what's going on with Discovery 1064. Apple 190. Apple's had pretty good uptick on not so hot earnings. Um, from 167.5 straight up to 190. AMD pretty flat. Pinduoduo, we talked about trending. Mara was trending. Coin was trending. Affirm was trending. I wanted to show you something that Zero Hedge had mentioned here about buy now, pay later. It was a pretty good. Here, guys, looked at this guy. This guy. So buy now, pay later schemes. Oh, record holiday spending. Good news. Just one problem. Consumer use buy now, pay later schemes to spend 7.3 billion in November, up 14% from a year ago, per Adobe. These are basically third-party vendors financing programs which don't show up on your already maxed out credit cards. PayPal, Amazon Pay, Afterpay, Affirm. I don't know what that one's called. Clarinar, I guess. Perpay, Zip, Sizzle. Never heard none of these. I mean, I heard of PayPal, uh, Amazon Pay, and Affirm, but none of these other ones. I think I've seen uh, Klarna, whatever you call them, on other websites and stuff. So that's pretty crazy. Baba down a little bit, 153 at 76. Meta 336, Planeteer 1966. Roku's had a lot of uptick as of late. Um, this was in the 60s the other day, under 60. Look at this, just straight up. I mean, are these short coverings? I don't know. It's pretty miraculous. Look at this gap, and look, it has not stopped. Incredible, incredible. Maybe the Fed is not not as restrictive as they think. I mean, the dollar's getting hit today, um, and that's only going to make inflation worse. If your dollar's worth less, you buy less. Um, GameStop, it was trending. PayPal up $1. Block up a couple dollars to 63. Neo's been decimated down to 7. DraftKings 38. That one's done pretty good. Riot's up in sympathy with Bitcoin. Micron bad earnings. Ford $10. Rivian. I read that Rivian is starting to lease vehicles now too. Maybe they just can't sell them, so they're leasing them. Let's see. Palo Alto up 7. Walt Disney down. Walmart up $2. C. That's a overseas in Singapore, I think. Online deal up $2. They have bad earnings. They were down. Nike up $1. CrowdStrike up 3. Haven't done much trades. I have a lot of positions on already, and with the VIX at 13, I think that's what we said. It's at 13. Um, I'm waiting for more juicy premiums. I mean, it's pretty amazing how high the market has gone. These are the most active under. Already gone to 20,000 uh, volume options. Roblox is in the 20,000. Then M phase would be under that, up $2 and change. Um, like I said, I haven't done much trades. Um, with the VIX at 13. Let me see futures. currencies. So yeah, the dollar is down uh, 0.5%. I don't know. I wonder if they have a chart here we could take a look at. Let's see here, 5 days. So yeah, in a month the dollars come down from we were almost at I probably was 107, almost 107, straight down to 102.65. That's the 1 month, 3 month. So we pretty much broke the 3 month chart downtrend. 6 month. So are we approaching 100? We could be approaching 100 here on the dollar. And the dollar is the most important thing you need to look at because the forex market is the biggest market in the world. And then comes the debt market, which are the bonds, which are these right here, guys. These products right here, um, which would be I'll go back, but they would be under. We'll take a look at it. It says here, bar chart, technical opinion, strong sell. So how do you sell dollars? Well, you get out of dollar denominated assets, um, and you go into precious metals, you go into commodities, or you buy the things that you need today that you really, really need because tomorrow they're going to cost more anyways. So might as well, it's a form of savings. If you want to stock up on your pantry, that's a way of savings because tomorrow the food's going to cost more. Um, and these are things that happened in the past. Look it up. Do your research. It happened in Weimar in Germany. It happened in Zimbabwe. I think I don't know in Africa. It's happened in Argentina, which Argentina got a new president from the right, and he wants to end the central bank, which are the ones that cause all these problems. The central banks uh, are the ones that have caused all these issues and inequalities in the economy. So the central banks are the money junkies, and the politicians are the power junkies, and they're in collusion. That's just the way it is, and unfortunately that causes inequality, and that's why you have countries go too far to the left and go into dictatorship or communism. My family had to flee Cuba because of Castro, while my grandparents took my parents, and thank God my parents were able to come here and go to high school here and everything, and give me a better life. But that's what happens. These governments destroy these countries, and governments can get too big, and that's the problem we have right now. Look at our national debt. It's sickening. um, it's very, very, very sad. U.S. debt clock. I think we hit 34. We're about at 34, almost 33.8. So that's just disgusting. And that's not even talking about unfunded liabilities, and that's not talking about the higher interest rates, which interest payment is one of our line items, and pretty soon it's going to pass defense. So check out this website. It's very interesting, and make yourself aware of what's going on and protect your I'm not saying that precious metals are going to make you rich, but they'll protect your purchasing power. um, the indexes, I'm in awe with the indexes. It's incredible how high they've gotten. um, I have a lot of funds in the FKIDX because that's the only international option I have in my 401k, and it's up 8% this month. And I have all my chips in this basket because I felt, and if you look at my prior videos, I felt the dollar was getting toppy and it was going to roll over. So one of the ways that you can um, diversify your portfolio, whatever savings you have, is go to international markets, and you can either do that through an ETF. Look for different ETFs. This is the only one I have in my phone case, so this is the one I use, and so I have a big chunk here. And then, so yeah, this is the 1 year chart. I think we'll see 100 here shortly on the dollar. So if we crack 100, then next stop would be maybe 90, and then from there it's downhill. That would be a 5 year low. I think in the last crisis we were uh, in the low 70s in the last crisis, in the '08 crisis. I think we hit 70s more or less. Um, and it's pretty interesting that interest rates are coming down. So someone's buying bonds. I wonder who's buying bonds. Let's take a look at some of these bonds. The one that's the biggest gauge is the 10 year, and the 10 year has fallen dramatically from 5 in the past month or so. I came over here because you can see it on interest rate terms, not on the here they use these numbers, which can get confusing. So I'd rather go here so you get a better illustration. 435, pretty much. And we were at 480 a month ago. 3 months ago, we hit a high of over 5. And then, well, basically, it was 5 was the top. And then we've rolled over. So the market apparently thinks that the Fed is going to cut interest rates, which is just definitely going to add fuel to the fire, the inflation fire. The markets should climb higher. Um, but a weaker dollar doesn't necessarily mean that it's good for stocks in the United States. So I like energy. I like precious metals. I like foreign stocks. And if you don't have a 401k with foreign stocks, you can maybe come over here and you can use these ETFs. So some of the ETFs that I like, if you don't have a mutual fund or a 401k, you can buy the GDX for the miners. Now these are a little bit more speculative, um, but they can really go up big time. The GDX, you can buy the silver ETF, you can buy the gold ETF. EWZ is an emerging market as an ETF for foreign. EEM is another emerging market ETF to get some international exposure. KWEB is Chinese internet stocks. Um, just trying to find the ones that have the most volume in options. FXI is China, but you can do your homework and find some international exposure ETFs or mutual funds to that nature. You could look into Google or Morningstar. I'm in the FKIDX. I have a lot of funds there. It's the easiest thing through my 401k. That's where I'm at. Um, I think the dollar will get weaker. I think the U.S. economy, I don't know, people say it's booming. I just don't see it. I think it's people have 2 or 3 jobs just to get by. Um, I might have to get another job here part time in the new year just to make ends meet if the sales aren't there in the car industry. And that's just the way it is, unfortunately. Um, housing, we had some housing news yesterday. Uh, let's see, housing news. Fat finger, sorry. News. Let's see here. Difficult. I think it was. Let me see. I think this guy has better news. He probably has it here. The news came out yesterday on housing. It was in the early morning. 30-year mortgage. This is what the 30-year mortgage is at today. 30-year mortgage rates. Eight. Well, here it says 8.08. At 30-year fixed FHA 7.5. VA 7.23. Still pretty high. Um, calculator. So your average what's I wonder what the average median, what's the median, let's see what the median home is. Median house home price right here. Let's see. Wow, 409, 409, 416. Oof. under Miami. Wow, Miami 699. Interesting. So 409, it says here, the median new house price in October was 409, a 17.6 drop from a year ago. That was 6 hours ago. That was the largest percentage decline since the government started tracking records in 1964 and probably reflected incentives, including price cuts being offered by builders to attract buyers. But the economy is booming. But it's 409. So 409, your payment is 3 grand. 3 grand. And that's not including insurance or taxes. And you're easily looking at another, I don't know, $500, $600, and I'm being conservative. 3,500 times 12, that's 42 grand a year just in housing. That's not even adding on top of what other uh, utilities, whatever expenses you have. It's tough. That's why people are working 2 or 3 jobs. It's ludicrous. It's nuts. Really, really nuts. But they gotta get this inflation under control. So yeah, that's what I got today. What I've seen so far here on October 28th, 2023. The year is almost over. On the good front, on the fun front, I'll be taking off to check out my kiddo play some soccer in North Carolina. That should be fun. I'll be back on Monday. I don't know if I'll do any videos. Maybe I'll do some soccer videos. Liven up the channel. Not only do financial and doom and gloom. Um, but yeah, it's tough out there. Chime in, folks. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Thank you for all the comments. Um, Hope you enjoy the video. See if I get on a vehicle. The Volvo XC40 shorts did well. Car is really fast. Pretty cool car. It's fast. Um, Thank God it's a demo. I couldn't afford that. That's for sure. And remember, don't try and get out of debt. Don't be in debt. Try and keep your your uh, luggage light, like my brother-in-law says. Keep the bills down. Stay out of debt, and try and stay healthy and spiritual. Those are the important things. Don't be materialistic. Just be simple, and just get the things you need. It's unfortunate because this country is a consumer country. It depends 70, 80% on consumerism that we buy, and we need the latest gadgets and toys and cars, and it's tough because we don't really make a lot of stuff out here. We make dollars, and then we export dollars. So that's going to eventually have to change because the world is catching on, and you can look up in Google de-dollarization. That these countries are talking about uh, backing their currency with gold, and that's why I'm a big believer in in the precious metals because that's what I look. I pay attention to what the bankers are doing, and the bankers are buying gold. So here we have Atmex, good place to buy. I like them. There's a lot of places out there. I've always done stuff with them. They're pretty cool, and they hold it for you and store it for you. There is storing fees, of course. Um, but here 2054 up $30 on gold. Silver over 25. I haven't seen silver over 25 in a long time. Maybe Wall Street is waking up, or just people in general are waking up. Not Wall Street, because Wall Street wants you to buy paper. They don't want you to buy the real stuff. Um, the central banks are buying the real stuff, but maybe people are waking up and say, hey, you know, either this or cryptos because cryptos are doing pretty good too. Um, Here we have the coin market cap. The global crypto market is 1.4 trillion. I wonder what the gold market is. Gold market cap 13 trillion. So yeah, a lot bigger. So yeah, 142 trillion on the crypto. Bitcoin being the big dog. Ethereum, Tether, BNB, XRP, USDC, Solana. Cardano, Dogecoin, Tron. I mean, I'm just so scared of these things because, um, you had Genesis, you had so many of these places that you have your coins and then your money in and you can't get it out. Sometimes that's happened, and then you have people tell you to keep it on I guess a hard wallet. I'm not really in depth in this crypto space because I'm not a firm believer. I have some derivatives in here through options. You could buy Beetle or ETHE. Those that know me have mentioned it, and they're coming out with more. There's more coming out in the future. That Blackstone is going back and forth with the SEC, and they want more crypto ETFs. But um, I'm just not, if anything, crypto wise, Bitcoin and Ether would be the ones I think because they do have uh, futures under the derivative under the underlying. As you can see over here, they actually have it as a currency. So you got the Bitcoin Micro, Bitcoin the regular one, Ether Micro. Yeah, some pretty good moves in them today. So, anyways, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and have a great day, and then maybe I'll do some shorts later in the afternoon. But see you in the next one. Bye bye now.